Alright, we've got a weeping willow tree here that you'll see pictured that we've done several different treatments on. We did a root collar and found that, of course, it was buried way too deep, approximately 8 to 10 inches initially. They had a mound with a couple of years worth of pine bark nuggets on there. So we got into the root collar and found that there was an excess amount of landscape fabric. Alright, 1 month later, today, we came back and did the aeration decompaction and removed all the landscape fabric, the pile that you see sitting here beside me. And as I walk over to the tree, you'll see how buried this tree was and for how long, because not only do we have the dead limb that we removed here, there's, not much life left in this part of the tree, but as you look down, you've got these feeding roots that have appeared approximately 12 to 14 inches above the original soil line. Now, we really didn't know what we would find until we started excavating, but you've got adventitious roots, but you see here, we've got a rotten anchor, and this is not a good sign. Now, it's solid, and there's one that looks just like it on the other side that I'll show you in a minute, but you see how deep this tree is buried and for how long. You can only imagine. I would guess anywhere from 5, 10, possibly even 15 years. But these roots right now, since we've adjusted the collar depth, really aren't going to do this tree any good. They tried. You see, I've got these right here, and they were doing some amount of good, but now that we've readjusted the collar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to cleanly cut all of these little roots off in hopes of cleaning up the collar and bringing this tree back to life. Without our assistance, this tree was on the way out. It's got lots of dead wood. There's going to be some extensive pruning that we're going to have to do. See, these roots right here really weren't doing much of anything. This one right here has been shorn off and eventually started to rot. These feeder roots were attempting to do something, but they're nowhere near what we wanted to see on a tree of this size. This looks like about a 16, 18-inch willow. And so we're going to go around this side, and I'm going to show you the other anchor that is gone. There's very little of it left. It's very rotten. The end of it right here. See, I blew most of this out with our air tool. And see, all of this right here, it's no good. That's a rotten anchor. It's all mealy. And it's been buried for years and years and years. And you still see these adventitious roots that are trying to give this tree a chance. There was some life left, but you see this root right here, how it started to rot, and it's no coincidence that it has come around the side of the tree due to compaction to try and substitute for the anchor here that it lost. See, hear that? That's not a good sound. Here, let me just get in here and see how much decay we've got. Yeah, there's going to be some additional debreeding required. See there? This whole anchor. Oh, that's bad. That's not good at all. See how that sloughs off? That is not a good sign. But as I get closer to this other anchor, you see right there, that's good tissue. That's a good anchor right there, even though it looks bad on this side. And so what I'll do is I'll finish up some root pruning over here. We're going to feed it, growth regulate it, and we've got the granular Nutri-Smart down, finish our pruning of the dead wood, and that's the best chance we're going to be able to give this tree.